Bryan Painter of the Oklahoman. Thank you for joining us for this segment of a series in which we're visiting with Oklahomans who are in professional baseball. The whole purpose of the series is just to provide insight for you, the player, the coach, or the fan. I'm joined by Andrew Heaney, who last year with Oklahoma State had 140 strikeouts to lead the nation. He was a consensus All-American, and then in June, the Miami Marlins selected him in the first round with the 9th overall selection. Thanks very much for joining me today.
Yeah, no problem.
You know, Andrew, let's say you're in a game and, you know, you give up a run. Early inning, you give up a run, or maybe a late inning, you give up a run. Or your defense commits, you know, an error behind you. What does your mindset as a pitcher have to be just right after that? You know, with BB Core and with wood bats, runs are hard to come by. What do you have to tell yourself? What do you have to do at that point?
I mean, you would hope on any team, if you give up one run, you're going to have the confidence that your team's going to come in and score that run, score a few more for you. So, I mean, you can't panic early. Luckily enough for me, we had one of the best defenses in the Big 12. Infield and outfield, we're always really solid. So, you know, when an error did occur, it was so rare that it was almost like more shock, you know, like, wow, they just made an error. Like, that doesn't happen very often. And so, you know, I was lucky enough not to have to deal with that too much. But, you know, you give up a run and you can't do anything about it at that point. You can't hopefully focus on what the mistake that you made. You just try not to do it again. And sometimes it can change the way you approach things. If you make a good pitch, but it just wasn't the right pitch, you know, maybe should have chosen a different one. You'll remember that. So next time that guy's up, you won't go there with that pitch at that time of the count, you know. So I mean, there's different things that go through your mind, but I mean, never panic or anything like that. You just got to keep rolling with it.
You know, when we're talking about mindset, obviously as a starter, you're going to throw the first pitch, but something different about you, you had several complete games, and that's kind of rare these days. And does a guy's mindset change, you know, when you really think from the start, I'm gonna try to be in this for the long haul. I'm not just gonna try to, you know, go so many innings. I'm gonna try to be there when this ends.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you pitch, I've always heard, don't save bullets. You know, always whatever you got in the tank, throw it. You never know what's gonna be your last pitch. You never know what the situation is. So never hold anything back. And if you're lucky enough to get to the 8th or 9th inning, then, you know, you just same thing. You just go until you don't have anything left. The only approach that I ever had change was, you know, early in games I might be trying to look for a punch out, trying not to let guys on. Later in the games when I'm trying to maybe conserve pitches, I'm trying to, you know, get some contact, get some early counts, get outs, and but at the same time, late in games, if you have a crucial situation, you can't just lay it in there. You know, you have to treat every at bat like it's the last one you're going to have. So you kind of play it by feel, what's working for you, and go from there.
All right, thanks very much.
Yeah, no problem.